Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel where every day is range day. And in today's video, we've got something a little different. We're going to be painting some gun mags again, but I promise you this is going to be the cleanest paint job that you've seen. Yes, pun intended, because today I'm going to be using some dish soap to paint some gun mags. And if the paint job goes well, I will do it on a gun, but I want to try it on something smaller as a sample to see how I like it and to test a few things out. And so gun mags are perfect for that. So if you ever want to try a different camo pattern or a different way of painting guns, try it out on a couple gun mags first. But let's get that out of the way. I'm going to walk you through how I did it to paint these gun mags, some metal and plastic gun mags, and just tell you about what I think of it so far. First, you want to do a pretty good base coat and let it dry overnight. For this, I went with a light green color and I just painted the entire mag. I didn't worry about taping it off like I have before. Just went ahead and gave a full base coat to the entire gun mag. I let these sit overnight and then came back to it with the dish soap in the morning. I was a little hesitant at first with how I wanted to go about this, but on one of the gun mags I did a very thin kind of pencil stripe application to it. And on the other ones I did kind of more of a wild web just to get some splash pattern in this camo. After I applied the soap to the gun mags, I let it sit a little bit to let it settle. That way I don't get any kind of bleed over, which again, this was just my hypothesis at the time. But I let it sit there for a little bit and then I did a light coat of this drab and this rusty dirt color. I only waited about 30 minutes before I flipped it over because I wanted to see how quickly the paint needed to set with this liquid stencil, this dish soap. And so I just gave it 30 minutes, flipped it over, and did the same thing on the other side. Since the next step involves rinsing the dish soap off, I wanted to make sure the paint had plenty of time to set, so I let it sit for about 2 hours. Then I just did a very light application of cold water to the gun mags until I rinsed all the soap off. And be careful with the pressure of the water because it will strip the paint off if you're not careful. I originally was just going to do one layer of stenciling, but then after seeing how bright the plastic mag was, I wanted to go ahead and throw a little dark olive on top of it just to get the full effect of how applicable this painting style is for camo. After I let the water dry, I came back and did the same thing with the olive drab. Literally a soap, rinse, and repeat, except with the olive. And man, I am pretty excited with how it turned out. I let them stand up on their ends just to make sure the water got to go through, but this is how it turned out. I'm pretty impressed with it, and it is pretty neat. I gotta get used to using the dish soap because you can see kind of the edges were a little blurred, but it looks like the soap was a little funny in some areas, but I think once I get the hang of it, this could be really cool. You can see that the edges are still pretty crisp, but there are some places on it where the paint didn't stick on, and probably because there's a little bit of water or soap on it. But I'm pretty excited with how it turned out. And I know some of you all are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm probably going to take this style and paint a whole gun because I think it looks pretty cool. It's kind of its own unique blend of patterns, and I think it's definitely useful. It's kind of tiger stripey, and I dig that. But yeah, I will probably paint a whole gun, even though you guys think I'm crazy, and I cannot wait for the comments. And that's going to do it for this quick dish soap painting tutorial. And give it a try and tell me what kind of results you all have. And if you decide to paint a whole gun with it, yeah, we're going to want to know about that. So thank you all for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave that down in the comment sections. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you like the channel. This has been Mac with Range Day, where every day is range day. Thank you for watching.